What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. If you're a returning viewer, subscriber, it's good to see you again. If you are new here, welcome. This week we are starting off on the new training program that I am doing in between my half marathon, which I finished last week or the week before that, and the 50K training block I am moving into. Now, it happens that I finished my half marathon training block exactly 6 weeks from where I should start my 50K training in order to have 16 weeks to my official race in July. So just worked out perfectly. I didn't plan it that way, but very excited that it lined up. I'm going to be using Sally McRae's training for this 6-week block and then the 16-week block leading into the 50K training. That is all on the Playbook app, and I will show you a kind of brief little scroll over here of what that looks like. Tonight, we are doing the run, which is prescribed for advanced runners to be anywhere from 35 minutes to 60 minutes. I'm gonna aim for somewhere in that 45 to 50 minute range. Really work on just staying in a nice aerobic state. Try to not focus on pace as much as I possibly can and just stay in the flow, get into the rhythm of running for time rather than mileage, and focusing on that heart rate and really dialing in, working in those aerobic zones. I also have a workout that is prescribed for this day, which I actually was able to get in yesterday on Monday, where this workout would typically take place. I just wasn't able to get the run in. So we're gonna do the run today and then shift the rest of the workouts back through the rest of the week. Let's go train. Great run. Nothing like getting used to running sub 20 to make 35 degrees feel like summer. Super nice out and the moon was really bright. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out on camera. Hopefully it came out a little bit because it was a super nice night, not windy at all. Just made it amazing. It was very interesting going more pace and heart rate than anything else. It was a little bit difficult mentally, I will say, because there were some times where I was doing hills. I just slowed down quite a bit more than I thought I needed to keep my heart rate at the right pace for the type of terrain that I was going over. But I think it's just a mental game. It's completely different shift from short distance to ultra distance because you are training to survive the longest. You're not training to necessarily be the fastest. We will try to maintain speed, but the ultimate long-term goal of this is to be able to go further. So having that mental shift and being able to relax at slower paces is definitely something that I can already tell to be really important for this training and the training to come. It is now Wednesday night, and on tonight's training schedule, we have a fartlek run. I don't know if I've ever actually done a fartlek. I know it's a common thing in a lot of training schedules and a lot of training programs, but I've never done one from what I can remember. Maybe I've done it and it just wasn't called a fartlek. But tonight, what we are doing is 45 to 60 minutes, so somewhere in there. Probably gonna depend on just how far I get, the course I go on, and then you are supposed to do 10 by 40 second pulses. These aren't supposed to be sprints. They're just supposed to be increases in pace at a 7.5 out of 10 effort. So for me, probably going to be trying to push pace in those bursts down into the low 7s, high 6s. Not a full sprint for me, but it's definitely a very high effort. Do that 10 times. So that should be close to 4 minutes worth of effort. Probably just do those back to back in the middle of the run, kind of make it like a tempo fartlek combination where I'll do a little bit of a warm up, do the intervals, and then do the cool down. And then we'll see how much time I have left or how much length I need to make up or the end of the course to get back to the house. Run for the night is done. It was a really fun workout. Like I said, I never really done a true fartlek workout like this. I've done interval training, but I've never really done intervals within a longer run. So this was a really fun way to get into it. This was 10 by 40 seconds, and it ended up going about the way that I expected it to. Worked our way from a warm-up, and then let's go into the right part of the analysis. We'll go into the workout analysis here. Started with the warm-up, fairly easy, just kept it light, and then worked into the intervals. Started at low 7s and then worked all the way down into my fastest interval being around a 6:13 per mile pace. Granted, that is downhill, but still good turnover, getting used to working at faster paces. And that's really the true use of this workout, is one, getting used to working in different heart rates and learning to recover as you are moving through your workout, and also just learning how to run at different paces over different terrain. Really helps you kind of simulate what a race would be like, where you're moving through different terrain, having to deal with different paces, but also working through your stride and seeing what that feels like without having your whole run being too much of an overexertion, so that you're able to get mileage while still training speed. Thursday evening, and tonight we have a 45-minute aerobic run. I will say I am only less than a week into this training currently, and it is my bridge into my actual technical 50K training, but it is very similar as far as the types of runs I'm going to be doing. That being said, it's interesting where I felt like potentially I might be getting bored with these quote unquote slower runs being a majority, but I'm really enjoying them for a couple reasons. One, I really love running because of the exploration and because of the exploratory nature of it, being able to just go out, run in new areas, run through different neighborhoods, and just kind of get out an adventure. And so these kind of longer, more meandering runs lend themselves to those types of work. It's less going out to a track or going to fixed tracks to make sure that you can do the speed work. The other piece of it is I think there's a big advantage to doing training for shorter distances where you are building speed when you're going into training for ultra marathons or marathons, because these longer training sessions, these slower aerobic pace workouts are going to be done at a faster pace, which means you get to cover more ground and you get to move quicker while still maintaining an aerobic heart rate. These are just a couple things that I've realized getting into it so far. I'm sure there will be all kinds of other insights I will share with you all, but for tonight we're going to go get this 45-minute aerobic run done, and then after that, with the training I'm doing, I also have a mobility / strength workout that I'm going to be doing. And I'm doing Sally McRae's 6-week program right now. Every day has a little bit something different. So far I've done a workout, but tonight will be a mobility portion of that. It is now Friday evening and we are about to go do a 50 to 60 minute treadmill run. It did snow most of the morning and afternoon, and now it's pretty cold out, so I'm assuming it's going to be fairly icy out on the sidewalks and roads. We're just going to go and hit the treadmill and get the work done. Before we do that though, we do need to fix these shoes. You can see here, I busted the heel pretty good in this last final run. They've probably been past their due for a little bit now. We're at around probably 450 miles on these, and typically you're not going to push a shoe much further than that unless you're doing really light training or walking on them. Tonight we'll just trim up this loose piece, make sure it's not snagging on anything, and then this weekend we'll go get a fresh pair of trainers so that we're not going out and getting injured because our shoes are no longer performing the way they need to. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel a ton, and it helps people just like you find this content. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you see new content right as it comes out. Otherwise, we'll see you on Monday.